All right, strap in, everybody. We're going deep today, deep into the world of Kevin Hart.
Deep, deep.
But not just the jokes in the movies, no.
Nope.
We're talking real-deal insights, like from that awesome chat he had with Jay Shetty.
Oh, that was a good one.
And look, this isn't about, like, becoming Kevin Hart.
Right.
It's about finding those golden nuggets, you know?
Those universal truths.
Exactly. The stuff that anyone can use wherever they are in life.
Absolutely relatable, actionable stuff.
And what struck me is Kevin was so open about, well, not always being this, like, driven guy.
Oh, yeah.
He admitted to, being a bit of a slacker way back when.
Wow.
Just coasting,
Yeah.
which makes his work ethic now even more incredible. So what changed? How'd he go from, like, man, to bring it on?
It's a great question, isn't it? Like, what flipped that switch? One clue, and this is super interesting, is Kevin's very first question to Jay Shetty.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
It wasn't about Jay's success, wasn't about his methods, nothing like that.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin's first question was about Jay's team.
Wait, really? His team?
Yeah. And I think that speaks volumes.
Whoa, hold on. So right away, he's thinking about the support system.
Bingo.
It's like he's saying, hey, you don't get there alone.
Exactly. Busts that whole lone wolf myth we see so often.
The myth, yeah, the myth.
Kevin gets it. Real success, the kind that lasts, that doesn't burn you out, it's built on having the right people around you.
It really makes you think about your own team, right?
For sure.
Who's pushing you? Who's got your back? Who's giving you that honest feedback?
Yeah, who are those people for you?
So we've got this drive, this focus on a solid team, but let's face it, success can be tricky, especially in, entertainment.
Oh, absolutely.
And Kevin doesn't sugarcoat it.
Yeah.
He had this really powerful way of describing fame.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. He called it a drug.
A drug.
Uh-huh. A strong one, no instruction manual,
Mm,
addictive, intoxicating.
like those warnings may cause.
May cause, exactly. And the withdrawal. Oof, brutal.
We see it all the time, right? Celebrities, the meltdowns, the scandals, the struggles.
It's like they're given this incredible power, this influence, but no clue how to handle it.
No guidebook.
None whatsoever.
And that brings us to, well, a turning point in Kevin's life. His car accident.
Yeah.
Almost didn't make it.
Yeah, that was heavy.
It definitely reshaped how he sees things, what it means to win.
Right. Like suddenly all the other stuff fades away.
The noise,
Yeah.
the distractions. He talked about that silence during recovery.
Oh, wow.
Forced him to confront what really mattered.
Had to get real with himself.
And not just, like, personal values, but responsibility, too.
To his family, his fans, his team.
It's like this awareness just, like, flows through everything he does now.
Yeah, you can see it.
Almost like this constant pressure to do right all the time, which, come on, who can do that?
He even admits that. He's not preaching perfection.
Right, right.
It's the striving for it, that intention, that course correction when you mess up. That's where the real magic happens.
Absolutely. And that leads to what Kevin says is, like, the one law he'd make if he could. Practice what you preach.
So simple, yet so powerful.
Because everyone loves to talk the talk.
Oh, yeah. Talk is cheap.
Kevin's about walking the walk.
Which makes you wonder, right? Where are you just talking the talk?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah, what are you saying you value, but not actually living? That's where the rubber meets the road.
Where the real work begins.
Exactly. And it's not just like some saying for him, this practice what you preach thing. It's woven into his life like daily.
Yeah, I can see that.
He even told the story, right? About being in a restaurant and the waiter's like, careful, that plate's hot. And Kevin still touches it.
Oh, man, I've been there. We know better, but...
But we do it anyway, that impulse. And that's the struggle, between what we know and what we do. And Kevin's trying to, like, master that as a dad, as a husband, as a leader.
Kid everything, huh?
It's everywhere. He's always checking in. Am I giving enough? Am I present? Am I really listening?
It's cool to hear someone so successful be so real about it.
Right.
It's easy to think, oh, Kevin Hart, he's got it all figured out.
Yeah, picture perfect.
But he's not afraid to say, hey, I mess up too.
Ah, that's the good stuff, though. That's where we grow, owning the imperfections, learning from those screw-ups, and just trying to be better.
He even talks about needing that yin and yang,
Oh, like the balance.
Yeah, the good and the bad, that internal battle. It's like he's saying, look, I fall short, but I get back up.
Powerful message. Because success isn't some finish line, right?
No way.
It's a journey. You're constantly discovering, improving. You can't just rest on your laurels. Now, Kevin's accident, that was a wake-up call for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
But it's clear he's working on this every single day.
And one way he does that is by slowing down, paying attention, being present, especially with his family.
That's important.
It's like he's shifting from that always wanting more to appreciating what he's got.
So important in today's world, right? All the noise, the pressure to achieve, to acquire.
Nonstop.
But Kevin reminds us, real happiness, it comes from the journey itself, from growing, from the connections we make.
It's easy to fall into that podium syndrome he talks about.
Oh, what's that?
Like needing to be number one.
Yeah.
Always chasing that next win.
Yeah.
And that's where we get tripped up. Because if we're only focused on the end goal, we miss the joy of the process, the little moment.
The journey.
And he even talks about celebrating other people's successes.
Oh, that's cool.
He's tight with Chris Rock, Dave Chappelle.
Yeah, I love those guys.
And they push each other, challenge each other, but they're genuinely happy for each other's wins.
That's real friendship right there.
And it shows that, competition and support can exist together.
It doesn't have to be cutthroat.
Exactly. Real success, it's not about tearing others down. It's about lifting each other up.
Kevin gets that.
And he doesn't just keep it in Hollywood. He's big on financial literacy, especially in the Black community.
That's amazing.
His idea of legacy, it's bigger than just him.
Leaving a mark.
Inspiring others, future generations.
Yeah.
It's about that ripple effect. He calls himself a verbal warrior. Fighting for truth, for authenticity, wants to spark that in others.
That's a powerful image, a warrior for good.
It's about using his voice to empower, to motivate, to make real change.
So as we wrap up this part, I want to say, Kevin's journey, it proves that success isn't some mythical destination, right?
Not at all.
It's daily work. It's pushing yourself. It's falling down and getting back up. That's the real deal.
So we've really dug into Kevin's story.
Yeah, we've gone deep.
But the big question is, what does it all mean for us?
Right. How do we actually use this? What can we take away?
What are the takeaways? Yeah.
That's where the rubber meets the road, right? It's easy to admire Kevin's success, appreciate his honesty, all that.
Sure.
But the real gold, the stuff we can use, is those little nuggets of wisdom.
Those practical tips, yeah.
And for me, one of the biggest things is it's that shift in mindset from why me to why not me.
Oh, I like that. It's simple, but
it's huge. Instead of focusing on the reasons why something can't work, why you can't do it.
You start seeing possibility.
Exactly. You open yourself up.
Kevin didn't start out thinking, I'm going to be a comedian, actor, producer, CEO.
No way.
He was open to exploring, figuring it out as he went along.
And that why not me attitude, man, it opened doors he couldn't have imagined.
It's about saying yes to things that scare you a little.
Now, the unknown.
Even if you don't have it all figured out.
Look, Kevin was a self-proclaimed slacker back in the day.
He's come a long way.
He's made mistakes, had setbacks, but he learned, he grew from all of it.
Progress, not perfection.
You got it. 1% better every day. That's the key.
And while you're working on yourself, don't forget the team.
Oh, yeah. Crucial.
Kevin's big on we over me.
Yeah.
It's about collaboration.
Finding your people, your tribe.
People who get you, support you, but also challenge you to be better.
Celebrate those wins together.
And they're there for you when things get tough. Because, as Kevin pointed out, fame, success.
It can be a tricky beast.
That drug.
Yeah.
With those nasty side effects.
Yeah, the validation, the attention, it can be intoxicating.
But it doesn't last.
Real fulfillment, it comes from inside,
It does. Knowing you're living your truth.
And sometimes that means facing those inner demons.
Ooh, yeah, those are tough.
Kevin's been open about his struggles in his book and interviews.
It reminds us, even the most successful people, they have their battles.
Everyone's got something.
It's about acknowledging those shadows, working through them.
It's a process for sure.
And as you're working on yourself, remember to be kind to others too.
Give them grace.
We're all on our own journey, right? Making mistakes, trying to figure it all out.
Kevin's story, it shows the power of forgiveness.
Forgiving yourself, forgiving others.
Letting go of the past.
And then there's Kevin's one law, the one he'd make if he could.
Practice what you preach.
Live authentically. Walk the walk.
It's a call to action for all of us, make a real impact. So as you go through your day, ask yourself, what am I preaching? And am I actually practicing it?
That's a good one to ponder. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive into Kevin Hart's world. Hope you surfaced with some real gems, maybe feeling a little more motivated, a little more inspired.
Ready to tackle your own journey with a bit more heart And one last thought, building on what Kevin said. Ask yourself, am I so focused on being number one that I'm missing the joy of getting there?
Food for thought. Thanks for listening, everyone.